Alright YouTube, so today I'm going to be doing a video on my 24 valve Cummins and going to show you guys basically what I think about it after driving it for about 6 months already, and give you guys just a POV of me driving it around and seeing how I like it. All I've done to the truck since I got it was get a new battery for it, change the starter. I had to change one of my fuel pump lines because it snapped, and then I basically made a little intake here. I went to the junkyard and I found this 4-inch pipe off of some kit that there was there, K&N filter. I spent about $100 on this, about 15 bucks for the coupling. I got this for basically free, and then about 70 bucks for the filter. Works fine. I haven't gotten the thing to block it off yet. I'm gonna make it myself. I just haven't had the time to do it. I got a full 3-inch exhaust all the way back, no mufflers or anything. Truck's on .22s, 14 wides. Actually no, I think those are 12 wides. That's, yeah, the 12 wides. And it is a 6-speed manual. Fuel pressure gauge, boost gauge, and exhaust temperature gauge. So basically, I just want to drive around the truck, show you guys what I think about it and how I've liked it ever since I've had it. I've already let it warm up a little bit before starting the video, so we're just gonna go nice and slow and get on the highway. I always take off in second gear normally, just because it has so much torque that you really don't need to take off in first unless you're towing with a trailer. So yeah, my steering wheel is crooked. So I've had the car for about 6 months. I've had very few issues with it whatsoever. I recently just fixed the AC on it, so now I have AC. It was just the compressor wasn't getting any power. As for like Mpg, the truck in the city gets me around 18 Mpg, not towing anything. If I'm towing on the highway about 4,000 pounds, which is an old Mustang that I had with a dolly behind it, I was getting about 16 Mpg. 16 Mpg going around 70 to 75 miles an hour is what I was getting on the highway. And I did that for about 900 miles. I did the math on the phone, which is pretty good, if you ask me. Better than most gassers. In the city, like I said, I get around 18 Mpg with not towing anything. And then if I'm on the highway, I haven't tested it enough to really give you guys an answer on that, but I'd imagine it'd be upwards of 20. The truck has the MV 5600 6-speed, amazing transmission. I love the gear ratio. It definitely moves good, so I haven't really tuned it up like crazy or anything. It still has a 3-inch exhaust, not even a 4-inch, but the truck has a good amount of power in practically any gear. Towing, Tolls perfectly fine. I like the gear ratio for that as well. The truck is not lifted, it just has the bigger wheels. It's about 33s is what it has. The 305 is about 33s on it. Tranny shift smooth. And it's been re-geared. So in the back, I want to say I have 3 42s in the back. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember what I bought it with. But see, I was going around 60, close to 1800 RPM more or less. Really not bad. The truck's never overheated on me or anything like that. Never had an issue with that. It's getting pretty cold out here in North Carolina now, so it's already, we're about to get into November, so I try to let it roll a little longer in the mornings and stuff. As for like rolling coal and stuff, yeah, it'll roll coal. It'll probably do it way more if I turn off the pump and then get a bigger exhaust for it, but I don't really want it for that. I honestly can't complain about the reliability. The reliability that the truck has given me so far, I cannot complain. I have a Honda Civic as well, so I just kind of get used to driving the Civic instead of this, and kind of throws me off sometimes. The clutch on the truck, in my opinion, is a little stiff. It's not bad, but if you're not used to it, I think it'll feel a little stiff. The steering wheel is obviously not centered, and there is a lot of play in it. These second gens have a big problem with the gearbox. And I have another one I just haven't put in yet. I've been kind of lazy, I've been working on other things. So, but it drives fine. I mean, I could take it 70, 80 and not really be too worried about it. A lot of these solid axle trucks and Jeeps as well, they have a lot of problems with the tie rod ends and the gearbox. They haven't all of these solid axle trucks. But this thing, the power that this truck has is amazing. If you need to pass a car, you drop the gear and go. If you want to tow your trailer, you don't have to be holding in gear forever to get rolling around. And even in 6th gear, although I never lug the engine, in 6th gear, if you just give it a little bit of gas, it just starts to take off. It's incredible. It is incredible. And not to mention the noises that this truck makes. Exhaust sounds good, and the intake, with a little ghetto intake I made, it sounds really good. I mean, you always hear the turbo. I normally fill the truck with about 140 bucks, and it lasts me about, look, we're at 400 miles right now, not even at a quarter tank yet, and I use it a couple times to tow some stuff around, so I get about 700 miles per tank full, more or less. It just depends. Really just depends. My exhaust temps, normally when I'm driving, they're normally not over 60, 65, around there. So 6,500. They're normally not over that, unless if I'm towing. If I'm towing, it'll get to 70, 80, to about as high as it'll go. Obviously depends on where you're towing. It'll go up higher with that, if you're towing something heavier. I honestly try to baby the truck. I try not to be beating on it too much. I really like the truck. As for the gear ratio, when you're shifting up and down the gears, it's about a 500 RPM difference. So if you're in second gear, you shift to the third, it'll go from 2000 to 1500 RPM. More or less, from my experience, that's what I've seen. See, but I'm in sixth gear and I'm gonna ease into it nice and slow, and I can just pass wherever I want. I'm barely getting into it, and I can just truck definitely moves good. I think the best gear in this truck is fifth gear, just because fifth gear, you can be going around 40, and if you just hit it, it'll just go, and nothing stops this truck. The torque in it is amazing. The torque that this truck has. I've only raced a couple of cars so far, like a 350Z, and just they're not very fast. But I mean, you compare a truck that weighs 6,000 pounds to a car that weighs half of that and makes more horsepower, you know, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Fourth gear is good too. Look, I'm gonna hit it a little bit. You can see it rolling coal back there. Yeah, this truck definitely, it definitely goes. It definitely goes. It is amazing how fast this truck is. I can't honestly complain. Sooner or later, I'm gonna do the whole 5-inch back. I want to add a muffler on it. I'm gonna do a short shifter on it. I'm gonna do my rear main seal, because it's leaking from the rear main, it's leaking from the front main seal. Valve cover's not leaking yet, but truck has 301,000 miles. I mean, and all the issues I have is just little leaks. Not a big deal. I already ordered the seals and everything. I just have to have the time to do it. And I'm just impressed. I'm just impressed. Coming from somebody that's always had gas cars and a gas truck before, this thing gets better miles per gallon than my gas truck and tows double as much, and it's super fun to drive. I love driving this truck. I love driving this truck. And it's really is impressive what Cummins has done with this engine. It really is impressive. Hopefully little by little I just keep working on the truck, building it up, and I think this thing's gonna turn into a monster. It should take some time. Take some time. Definitely do not regret it, and I hope that other people buy 24 valves and 12 valves. These engines are great. These engines are fantastic. And at least as a reliability standpoint, you got 6 cylinders, so you have less things to worry about, less parts to buy. It's way easier to work on compared to the power structure in the Duramax. Way easier to work on. Everything is right there in front of you. So that's at least my opinion. I do like the 750 Power Stroke. I do like the 6.6 with Duramax. You know, they're good engines, but not better than the Cummins in my opinion. I know that the Cummins transmissions are terrible, but at least the 5-speed and the 6-speed, pretty good transmissions. Pretty damn good. This one hasn't given me any issues yet, although sometimes it'll just grind in reverse so I don't put it in correctly, but that's just user error. It's no big deal. But this transmission's been great. It's been great. So thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys have any other questions or want me to make videos on certain things, please let me know. I just want to make a video giving you guys my opinion after driving the truck for about 6 months, how I feel about it and what I do and don't like about it. So please like and subscribe. Have a great day.